What's going on, people? Mike C-Town here with another episode of Records and Ramblings. Before we get into the records, let's do a little bit of rambling. So like I said in my last video, this is a new camera. I'm still working on the settings. Hopefully it looks better than the last time. I dropped the saturation down a little bit, adjusted the white balance. So I think it looks better. Hopefully you guys agree. If it doesn't, make sure you drop a comment down there and let me know. Also, I want to say that this video is sponsored by Geekawala, who make this this pretty cool all-in-one turntable here. Typically, I'm not a fan of these. You know, usually they're really poorly made, really bad quality, shit like Crosley's that you can buy at Urban Outfitters, or those other ones that typically run around 50 to 75 bucks. They're cheaply made, they have shitty needles that end up destroying your records, and they sound like crap. But this one, however, I'm not seeing those same issues. This one is pretty solid, seems to be well made, and it actually sounds pretty good. For all the techie heads out there, it allows you to connect Bluetooth devices to play through it. I don't really care about that. It does come with its own speakers, which don't sound bad, but the issue is the speakers are downward facing, which causes the sound to be a little bit muffled. Plus, I never suggest playing records on a turntable with speakers because it can cause skipping. So I suggest hooking it up to some external speakers, as they'll definitely sound better that way. This thing's compatible with any receiver that I know of, so you can use it with your stereo system. It's made of real wood, the tone arm is made of metal, and one of the features that made me think it was really cool is you can plug in a thumb drive and record your records directly to MP3 that way, which was one of the big selling points for me. But overall, I feel like it's a good starter turntable. If you're just getting started, you don't want to spend a whole bunch of money on a turntable, I think this is a good option. It runs for about $130 on Amazon, so if you don't want to spend the money on something like an Audio-Technica, which I have always recommended because those things are awesome, but the decent models, in my opinion, start at around 300 bucks. So yeah, if you don't want to spend that, I say go with this one. At some point, you'll probably want to replace the stylus. Further down the line, you'll probably want to replace the whole unit for something that sounds a little bit better as you start to dive into the world of vinyl. For transparency's sake, I'm letting you guys know that Geekawala did send this to me for free to review, but I'm not getting paid anything at all, so I'm not being influenced to say anything here. And you guys know, if it sounded like shit and it was a piece of garbage, I'd let you guys know. So take that how you will. If you're interested, there's a link down there in the description section. Click it, love it, all that. Anyways, yeah, let's get into some records. First record I'm going to show you, this is Bad Meets Evil, Hell, the sequel. Yeah, in light of the whack-ass verse that Eminem recently dropped on that new Boogie album, I was talking about this album with people, and I realized I'd never shown the record that I got. This was the last time I feel like Eminem just wasn't embarrassing. Sure, I like Kamikaze quite a bit, but there's still some corny-ass shit on there. But this one, with the exception of Lighters, was pretty dope to me. Royce and M both show up to rap their asses off. Dead End Hip Hop reviewed this, so I'm not going to go too deep into it. Records on Black won't bother showing you that. But this is a weird record because the original pressing, which this is, goes for anywhere between 30 and 60 bucks, which is bizarre. There are bootlegs that you can get quite a bit cheaper, but I've heard that the sound quality isn't as good. But I actually ran across this at a local record store for about $10, and I was just like, holy shit. So yeah, I grabbed it with the quickness. I'm actually looking forward to them doing another one of these. I still need to get a vinyl copy of the first Bad Meets Evil material. I've seen them going for fairly cheap. I just haven't gotten around to it. Anyway, the next record I'm going to show you, this is Basmu. This is the self-titled compilation. What this is a compilation of the first two Basmu demos. I wanted to talk about this because it got a recent repressing. This was the OG press that came out maybe a year ago. But this is some raw, ugly, nasty ass shit. Really, really, really dark stuff, and I absolutely love it. He has a lot of different projects as he's very, very prolific as a musician. But this is probably my favorite project that Zoltis has done outside of the newest project, which I can't pronounce. I think it's Drenglingdir. I'll put the name right there. This is his newest project, and it fucking kills. It's so good. I missed out on the cassette pressing, even though I hate cassettes. I do hope that this gets a vinyl pressing, the Drenglingdir, because it's just fucking great. And I do wish that Bog Phantom would come back to making videos. I really, really enjoy his stuff. The next record I'm going to show you, this is City Hunter Deep Blood. If you guys watched my Best of the Year video, this was one of my favorite albums that came out last year. It seemed to come out of nowhere and just blow everyone away. As I mentioned, I'd heard their demo, but I didn't know that they were doing a full length. I didn't even know they were still a band until this popped up. But great, evil, nasty, mean-sounding hardcore that I feel like would appeal to people that like black metal, because it has that same kind of feeling to me, that aggressive, evil spirit. I don't think it necessarily sounds like black metal, but yeah, I just love every single moment of this album, and god damn it, the materials here are just really fucking cool. By the time I found out anything about this record, most of the vinyl had sold out, so the only thing left was the picture disc version, which I'm actually kind of happy with because it looks fucking awesome. It looks like an old school like slasher film, and you know, a lot of people think that picture discs sound like shit, and sometimes they do, but I think it really depends on the music. I think with something like this that's already raw and kind of nasty, I don't think that the sound of the picture disc really affects it too much. So I'm really fucking stoked on this. It's on Youth Attack Records, so make sure you guys go check that label out. They do a lot of good work. Next record I'm going to show you, this is Foreign Exchange with Connected. Bruh, if you want a panty dropper, alright, you got it right here with this group. This is Fonte of Little Brother fame, doing some smooth kind of R&B over production from Nicolay, who is a Dutch producer, I believe. But the interesting thing is, this is the only album that features Fonte primarily rapping. All of that would change on the next album, which is Leave It All Behind, where he switched to primarily singing. But I got this during this time where I was determined to check out any record store in Atlanta that I'd never been to before. So I Googled Record Store Atlanta, and I went to any place that was within an hour of me. And I actually found this place that was tucked in, that was maybe 15 minutes from my house. Never heard of it before. Went through, didn't really find very much, but I bugged out when I saw this because they had this for only $10. So clearly the dude didn't know what he had, because if you guys know this record, you know that it sells for anywhere between 40 and 80 bucks. So I was extremely happy to get this. But yeah, this is great, smooth hip hop. You all know how great of a rapper Fonte is, but Nicolay's beats are just incredible. And it's kind of funny that he doesn't get as much recognition as he deserves. But yeah, this is a great album. It's a double LP. Both records are on black. Won't bother showing you that. And the last record I'm going to show you in this edition of Records and Ramblings, this is Gratzug with Pestabtei. I know I'm mispronouncing that, but yeah. Anyways, this is a German one-man black metal band that's been around since 2011. I actually found this at Amoeba last time I was there, but I forgot to put it in the What's in My Bag video. But yeah, this is their second demo. It came out in 2011. Great, fast, raw black metal. Really, really good. It's nothing like super special. It's just really, really well made. Great riffs, great vocals. The production is how I like it. It's basically, you know, everything I look for when it comes to this type of black metal. Records on black, won't bother showing you that. I haven't dug too much into their other material, but the few things that I have checked out have all been really fucking good. It seems that they've kind of fallen more into the atmospheric black metal category as of late because they added a bit more melody, but what I heard is still awesome. But this early material, this and the first few albums were fucking great, great, great. So I definitely need to get into more of their stuff. I believe you can still get this for fairly cheap, you know, under $20. So I think if you like raw black metal, then this is definitely worth picking up. All right, so that's going to do it for this edition of Records and Ramblings. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, as usual, thank you for living, thank you for loving, thank you for being you. And I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace out, boy.